Yes, guys, what is happening? And welcome back to another episode of Tribe Talk. So in today's episode, I want to talk you through the 3 biggest lessons that I've learned with working with hundreds of clients over the last 6 years, from when I started in the gym as a one-to-one PT, right the way through to where I am now, one-to-one online, about to launch a group coaching online, etc. So throughout them 6 years, I've done everything: PT, in-person group coaching, in-person circuits, corporate wellness. I've done online coaching one-to-one. I've done online coaching in a group capacity. I've done online coaching on Zoom. I've done the whole thing through the whole 6 years. And in that time frame, I've learned a lot of lessons and a lot of understanding of clients and their experiences. And I want to give you the 3 biggest lessons that I've learned so that you can take away and you can go and implement it yourself, so you fast track your results as much as possible. And number 1 is goal setting. I don't think people set goals enough. And back in the day, I never used to speak about goals. I used to, if you zoom back to my content years ago, you probably find me talking about why it's not necessary to set goals. And my opinion sort of changed on that. Yes, you don't have to, always be fixated on a certain number or a certain objective or anything like that. Back in the day, if you want to get healthier, or, you want to start lifting weights, you want to feel better, that's absolutely fine. But what I've found in terms of like results-driven coaching, in terms of you want to get to a tangible goal or a tangible time frame, and the people who have the most success with this are really, really data-driven. Me included, from the coaching perspective with online coaching, data is massively important for me, as it allows me to view everything as an overview. Whereas if I don't have data from a client, I don't know what's going on in the scenes, because obviously I'm not there to overview everything in person. I can't look over their shoulder. I don't know what they're putting in the mouth, all that sort of stuff. So data is massively important when it comes to anyone's journey. And I think setting tangible and time-sensitive goals are really, really beneficial for coach and client, depending if you want to get there fast, say it's a photo shoot, a holiday, an event, or anything, or even if it is just wanting to feel better, I think you can still put, a tangible goal on that. What I mean by this is, like, yes, you can have one end of the spectrum, which is I want to get a certain amount of shape by a holiday or an event, or a photo shoot, or it might be I want to lose 10 kilos or whatever, or it might even be that I just want to feel the best I've felt by the time I get to my holiday, or by the time I get to my birthday or Christmas or the end of the year or whatever. But what this sort of does is, if you just say to yourself that I want to get in shape, what does that look like? Like, everyone wants to get in shape, but what does it look like for you? And this is massively important when it comes to the consultation or the assess process for us is, what is the goal? A lot of lads I work with, 99% of them want to get bigger and they want to get leaner. It's simple as that. So it's important to really dial that in and go, okay, what does that look like? Because I've had clients in the past who, want to get leaner, but then they've lost 10 kilos of body fat, and they don't like the way that they fit into a t-shirt. So that's okay, how can we assess that goal? You actually want to be bigger, but you might mean sacrificing a little bit of level of leanness, which is exactly where they want to be. So it's important to understand that from the coaching perspective and from your perspective. And a good analogy of this is running a marathon. Like, if you run a marathon too fast, you're going to fail early. So you might only do 10 miles or 15 kilometers or whatever it is if you go out too fast. Whereas on the other end of the spectrum, you want that marathon to finish at 26.2 miles. You don't want it to be any further or any longer than it needs to be. And that's the same as your fat loss. So if you want to get in shape, or you want to drop a stone or 2 stone or 10 kilos, put a little bit of a time-sensitive goal on that. And what I mean by that is it's based on your ability to what pace you can move at. So that might be, I want to lose 1 kilo a week. It might be for some people, I want to lose 250 grams a week. It doesn't matter. The same principle applies. You can work backwards then and go, okay, 10 kilos, 10 weeks if you want to lose 1 kilo a week. If it's 250 grams a week, then obviously we're talking 40 weeks. Both the same goal, but you've got time sensitivity to it. Because as I said, if you then go, I want to lose 10 kilos, but you give yourself no time frame, you might complete that next October, which is like 18 months away. And that then gives you the ability to go, well, I've got all this time to I can have that snack or I can do that and it won't affect me because I've got no time on it. Whereas I think having time sensitivity to it can help with urgency, and it can help with breaking down that goal into smaller chunks, which people often find difficult to do when you've got such a long goal. So again, that example, 10 kilos, 10 weeks, that means that we've got to do a kilo a week. That means that we've got to put X, Y, and Z in every single day to achieve that 1 kilo, which is going to lead to that 10 kilos, if that makes sense. So number one is ultimately setting goals and making sure that they're tangible, making sure that they are time sensitive. I think it can be a really, really good driver for people when it comes to dropping body fat. Number two is that you don't just need help with your nutrition. And this is one of the biggest questions I get throughout the whole of my career. I just need help with my nutrition. I just need a little bit of support with nutrition. And sorry to break it to you, but you don't. You need help with every area. And why this is because there is so much information regarding nutrition. You know, there's meal planners, there's shopping lists, there's calories on pretty much everything for the first time in how many years. You know, you can go and type in everything, get the perfect nutritionist to set you up all this sort of nutrition. But it's not going to do anything because it's only one slice of the pie. And yes, it's a big slice of the pie when it comes to fat loss because obviously we want to be in a certain position. But yes, you need support with your nutrition, but you also need support with your training. You also need support with your routines, your weekend, your environment, your work life. If you're a mum or a dad, what around the kids, how's that sort of work? So nutrition is just one piece of the pie, and you need help with the middle bit, which is bringing all of these pieces together. And that is coaching. That is what coaching is. Because again, as I said, I used to do it years ago. When I was first starting out, you know, the best in the business and Jeff Nippard and Eric Helms and Elaine Norton and all these people would put out training programs, and I'd buy them and I'd be like, that's it now, I've got the best science-driven training program in the world, the best split, I'm going to get results instantly. But then, although that was really good and it was really helpful, it didn't then in line with, okay, so what do I do with nutrition to support this, to get that optimal goal? Right, okay. So if they're telling me to go and do the split, but then I need to drop body fat, I know that my calories need to be in a certain position. Obviously, I'm educated around that, but back in the day, I was not. I didn't know what to do with my nutrition back in the day. And then what happens then on the weekends? And what happens if I want to go out with my mates for something to eat? Or, you know, I was in uni at the time. So what happens if I want to go out on a Thursday night? What happens there? And then, you know, how do I balance that with Muay Thai that I was doing at the time? And all these sorts of things come into play. And straight away, that training program, which was solving a problem, was not solving the problem, which is me getting the results that I wanted, if that makes sense. So it's not just nutrition that you need help with. Yes, you definitely need help with that. Everyone does, because that's a big driver when it comes to fat loss and everything around that. But it's the daily activities that comes with that. What happens there? The training plan. What's doing on weekends? You know, what do you find valuable with your time and your energy and your money and your resources? I'm making it all fit for you, and that's what coaching is. So it's massively important that you understand that every single person's journey is different, and you don't just need a training program. You don't just need a nutrition plan. You don't just need this and that. You need everything combined, and that's what one-to-one and coaching does, in my opinion, is it brings all of that together to make sure that you're getting to the best results possible. Well, lesson number 3 is maintaining your results, and this is something that unfortunately is a big problem in the fitness industry. I don't know the exact statistic, but it's around, I think it's like 90% of diets fail within the first 12 months. And what that basically means is, once you've dieted down to X place, within 12 months, you're more likely to regain that weight back. And what this comes down to is lack of education usually, and not going through that phase of bringing food up or maintaining or learning to live with the results that you've achieved. Because obviously what comes with dieting is new habits and developing new routines and a new way of living and all this sort of stuff. It might require a little bit of restriction from your end, that, you know, if you're going from drinking 10 pints on a Friday and Saturday and Sunday to 5 gin and tonics on a Saturday, that's a little bit of a lifestyle change. But if that then goes back into, well, I don't know what the goal is, so I'm going to start drinking pints again, and then boom, it just compounds into that. So the issue that we see is that in the industry, I think, is that people don't learn enough about maintaining the results, or reverse dieting, as we call it, coming out of the diet. And we take our clients through all of them 4 phases to graduate them. So in order for someone to graduate, we take them through the assess phase, which everyone goes through, which is, again, consultation form, pictures, how they are currently, their routines, their lifestyle. We're basically assessing the situation. We have a progression phase, which is, again, How do we get into a routine and start to build on this now that the plan's being set or the roadmap's being set with the nutrition and the training and the weekends and the routines, etc. Then we go into the optimized phase, which is how do we turn the dial up on that? How do we get to the end of this 10 kilos of loss or this I want to lose 2 stone type of goal? How do we get there as optimal as we can now that we've built the foundation? And then we go into a performance phase. So that's where we sort of, again, reverse out of the diet, go into a next phase of things, which for people might be increasing food. It might be maintaining that level of leanness or where you're currently at. It might be challenges like marathons, half marathons, Tough Mudder, whatever. So we take our clients through the whole process in order to graduate them. But a lot of people get to the end of the fat loss phase and think, I'm done. And you don't learn to maintain that level of results, what to do, the psychology around increasing food, which can be quite difficult. Like Steve won't mind me saying, one of my clients, came in, used to being on 1,600 calories, constantly, but never getting anywhere. We started his diet on around 2,000-ish, I think. Done his diet successfully, and then down the line, now we're around 3,000 calories and going from 1,600 every single day because he felt like that's what he needed to do, to having nearly double that with 3,000. That's going to take a little bit of a mindset shift. That's going to take a little bit of help, support, understanding, tracking the data, showing what's coming with it. So that's just an example, but a lot of people don't go through that phase. And one of the things that I say is that I'm not asked about the after picture. A lot of people, you see it yourself, you probably base people's results on the before and the after. That is a screenshot in time. That is a screenshot in time. What about the time after that? So for me, the best results are the afters. So you've got the before, you've got the afters, where they got to, where are they now? Where are they 12 months down the line? Where are they 6 months down the line? I want to know that they've learned to maintain that level of results. They've created them habits that are going to last a lifetime and they don't need us anymore. Like that's the level that we want to sort of get to. So 3 big lessons is number 1, make sure that you're setting goals for yourself. Again, fast track your results by doing these 3. Number 2 is actually think about everything else combined, not just your nutrition. And then number 3, make sure that you're learning to manage and maintain that result once you've received it. The diet doesn't stop there. It then continues into the next phase of things. So if you need help with anything, you want free resources, you want to join our group program, you want information on one-to-one, whatever it is, just comment below 3 lessons and I'll send you some information. You've got some things that can help you set up your nutrition and give you a training program and a little webinar about how to create successful habits. That is so valuable that you can go and take away for absolutely free. And if you want that, as I said, just DM me the word 3 lessons below or comment below 3 lessons and I'll send it over. But hope you found that useful. If you did, share it, like it, comment on it, do all that stuff for social media, which massively helps me. And I look forward to seeing you in the next one.